All right, welcome Brady Lynch to the podcast. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I think we're all doing well. You were just telling me you're in Georgia and you're actually living a more normal life than I am.
Yep.
You're coaching again.
Yep.
So, what box do you coach at?
ATG CrossFit here. Well, technically I coach at two gyms. I'm sorry. So I coach at ATG CrossFit here in Cartersville. And then a friend of mine her and her husband own a gym down in Marietta. They reached out to me around January and asked me to help coaching down there a little bit. So I've been coaching there a little bit, but ATG CrossFit and CrossFit 120.
How far apart are those two boxes?
About 30 minutes.
All right, not too bad. It's very rare to hear of a CrossFit coach that coaches at multiple boxes. I,
Yeah.
I've I've done it myself. When I moved to Naples, I coached at 4 or 5 boxes. I made it very clear to the box owners I wanted to be able to do that. But it's a lot of CrossFit coaches and CrossFit owners look at it as that's my competition. I can't have you there.
Yeah, and so one of the owners was a member at our gym for a little bit because her parents it's a couple, and then the wife, her parents moved up to Cartersville and they joined our gym for a little bit. So she joined just to help ease them into the gym and get to know people. I mean, it's nerve-wracking joining a new gym. So that's how I met her, and she reached out to me and offered me and asked me if I wanted to help coaching, and we both reached out to our gym owner or to my gym owners. Just put everything out there and said, look, this is what we're working with. Are you guys comfortable with this? If not, we won't do it. I'm not going to put my gym owners in a bad spot because, they've taken a lot of risks on me. And
Let's
they were cool with it.
let's talk about that. You say a lot of risks on you. You're new to the coaching world. How long have you currently been coaching?
2 years.
So 2 years. Did you have experience prior, or was coaching CrossFit your first venture into, hey, communicating with others in this way?
So communicating with others in that way, I mean, pretty much. Like I coached my little brother's rec basketball team a couple of years because none of the dads would step up. So they asked me, and I love sports. I love basketball, football. So I was all in. So I stepped up and coached them. But yeah, I mean, yes, to answer your question, yes, this is my first time coaching in that, speaking in that
Well,
manner.
there's a difference between coaching, the Mighty Ducks basketball team and adults in CrossFit.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you though, what was there any transfer? Was there something you were like, wow, I'm glad I coached this because it got me better at coaching CrossFit with adults?
Um, yes and no. It's definitely more comfortable coaching kids because it's easier to relate to them, especially me. Like when I started coaching, I just turned 21. And we're kind of a younger gym, not substantially, but I'd say the average age per member would be around like anywhere from 30 to 35. But we have people that are 40 plus years old, just like every other gym does, and it's kind of nerve wracking. Maybe not nerve wracking, but I know for some adults, it's hard to be told what to do in a sense from a 21, 22-year-old kid. So,
Yeah,
but
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. It's funny that you relate more to kids, even at 21. It's like the cusp,
yeah,
like you're almost there. You're almost, you know,
yeah,
so depending on where you grew up, it's like, is it 18? Is it 13? Is it,
yeah.
21?
But
So
I wouldn't say there was a big transfer from coaching rec basketball to coaching CrossFit. I meet up with those kids twice a week, once for practice and once for a game. I mean, I would say there's no transfer. But CrossFit, I love public speaking. I love getting up in front of people and talking. And when I started coaching CrossFit, you would have thought I'd never done any public speaking. I froze so much early on. But my coaches, my owners, owners and coaches, they just said, hey, we'll get through this. We just got to work through it. It's just time under tension and lots and lots of reps.
when you say you enjoy public speaking, what opportunities did you have with that prior to coaching?
Nothing big. More so just in school. I've always loved doing presentations over tests in like high school and college. It's just I'm more comfortable speaking in front of people more so than sitting down and taking the test. So I wouldn't say I've done. I mean, I have no big public experience, speaking in front of thousands of people for something. I've never done that before, but even just getting up in front of my peers at 16, 17, 18 in high school, that was much more comfortable for me than
the average student
yeah,
there.
yeah, than the average student or even the average human. I mean, there are people who still, they can't get up in
Oh yeah.
in front of 5 people.
I think a lot of CrossFit coaches forget that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
No, they for sure do.
so when you say you froze up, what was your telltale sign? A lot of people will be in front of a group of people, whether it's delivering a CrossFit workout or just having to talk about something, and have no idea that they're doing a terrible job. They're boring, or they're using safe words, or they're, so what made you say that? What made you think, wow, I'm not good at this?
So when I first started coaching, I just did more shadowing. I mean, you've opened and owned 3 different gyms. I've been listening to your show for a while, and you've opened a few gyms, right?
I've owned 3 CrossFit affiliates. Yeah.
Yeah. So usually, or at least from my what I've seen and what I've lived, normally the route is, you shadow a whole bunch, shadow the coach who's coaching the classes, and then they'll kind of, or at least what my coach and gym owner did for me was I shadowed him a whole bunch. And then he would kind of let me break down like the warm up or like a core piece or something. And it was a smaller 5:30 or 6:30 class one night. I think there was about 4 people in our class. And he told me to break down the core. And I was like, all right, guys, so today our core for the day is.
Awkward silence.
And I just sat there. I had no idea what to say. Everybody laughed. It was funny. And then, looking back, it's still funny. We have some Jam Up members, and they knew that I was trying hard. I was shadowing. So they were like, dude, it's okay. It's good. It's all good. It's just us. It's just us 4 people. It's all good. But that was when I was like, holy guacamole, this is gonna be tough.
You've used the expression "jam up" a few times. I'm a little older. Is this what does this mean?
Just they're just good people. Good, just good quality, just good people. I don't know. Maybe it's a Georgia thing. Maybe
that's
it's
a Georgia thing. I think I've never heard that. I like it. I like it's a nice phrase to describe good people. I mean, I knew what you were suggesting, just never heard it.
Yeah. So just good, just really good people, they're understanding, just good people.
All right. Well, I'm going to flip it on you then. You and I, before we got on the show, you reached out to Fern and I, you wanted to talk about a few things. And one of the things you mentioned was discussing the qualities of a good coach. And I believe we've done that to some extent. However, I want to flip it on you. Rather than telling me what you think makes up the qualities of a good coach, I want to hear from you. What are the qualities of a Jam Up member?
Qualities of a Jam Up member to me would be cleaning up after yourself, motivating the other members. When the coach is talking, is going through the workout brief and warm up, sitting there listening. Just being
so basically quiet and clean is all it takes to become a Jam Up human being. I've got those. I have neither of those qualities. I'm not a Jam Up person.
No, that's not true. No, just I think being motivating to your peers is a great quality. Respecting other people, whether it's difference in opinions or whatever. There's no point in saying I disagree with you. You're stupid. They just say, I don't really agree with that, but that's cool. I think that's big. I think a lot of people are very they like to argue a little too much, and it's kind of frustrating.
Especially online. We don't have to bring up the fact that we got a 2-star review because of Fern.
That fired me up. That made me upset. That made me upset.
No reason to be upset. Fern deserves it. Deserves it.
As a fan of the show, I couldn't handle that. I had to keep scrolling after that. I couldn't see that.
I think it gives more validity to our podcast. If we have only 5-star reviews, it looks like we're paying mom to create new fake accounts. We have a couple 2-stars. Yeah. So
that's true.
So now, as a newer coach, I know we're joking, but you have these Jam Up members. And I agree with you. Hey, basically, you're saying, hey, be respectful, but be motivating to your peers, and hey, follow the rules and don't take advantage and clean up after yourself. Great stuff. Have you had to have interactions as a newer coaches or a newer coach on staff with someone that didn't exhibit those qualities, and how did you handle it?
So I have not yet. There's been a couple scenarios at my gym here in Cartersville where stuff like that has had where we've seen stuff like that, and both of our gym owners just say, hey, if anything comes up like that, you need to call us. It's not y'all's job to deal with, to have those conversations with those members who maybe mess up a little bit or just aren't don't follow the gym etiquette rules, or just don't respect people as much. So I've yet to have kind of those, we call them awkward conversations, just like I'm sure everybody else does with the members. So I have not yet. But those conversations with those people, even from the athletes to the coaches, have come very few and far between.
So let's role play. I come into your box. I'm at CrossFit ATG, dropping in, and the workout's Fran.
Mm-hmm.
And you coach me through a great class, and I'm a member. I'm not just dropping in, and you don't know who I am.
Yeah.
Finished Fran. I probably went RX plus. I probably did it at like 135, and I leave my barbell out, and I'm clearly packed up, ready to go. How do you handle that? I would just say, hey, Jason, good job today on the workout. You crushed it. The fact that you did it at 135 is mind-boggling to me. And you went faster than me, who did it at 95. But I would just really appreciate it if you could put your bar away. The next class is getting ready to start their warm-up, and we try to clear the floor out so that way they have the floor for the warm-up and the workout. I think that was nice. I like that you threw in a compliment. Stroked my ego a little bit. And I think anybody, immediately you put them in a good place. And yeah, most of the time they're not doing it maliciously on purpose,
Oh, yeah.
After Fran, maybe you're a little, wad drunk, so
it'll do it to you.
But I think that was great. I think that's a great lesson for anybody listening as a coach, especially a newer one. Really, and I don't want to keep joking about jam up, but it's like, be the jam up person that you want this guy to be. And that's really just a life lesson. You want to be treated with respect. Well, treat them with respect first.
Absolutely. And that goes with, anything outside of CrossFit. It doesn't have to be CrossFit. If you go to a Globo gym, treat the equipment, treat the other people with respect. If you're at work with your coworkers, we could change the scenario 15 different ways, and you can still be it'll still mean the same to me.
The title of this episode: Being a Jam Up Human Being.
That's
see it now.
That's the one.
I see it now.
That's the one.
Now, you said you were coaching your brother at 21. How old are you now?
23. I just turned 23. Actually, the day that Georgia opened, I turned 23.
It was like celebrating. Did you go out and celebrate for your birthday? You see those memes of people.
Even on my birthday, we didn't have, not a whole bunch of places were open yet. So, my girlfriend actually, so all throughout quarantine, me and my girlfriend worked out of my house. I have a little home gym at my parents' house, just barbell bumpers, pull-up bar, squat rack.
Little home gym. You got a full CrossFit setup over there.
Well, yeah, it is. It's like, it's a mini gym. It was a couple Christmas gifts here and there. My parents were more than gracious enough to give me that stuff for Christmas throughout the years, and it came in handy. But we worked out there, and then my girlfriend surprised me with having a couple people come over, and we hit a workout over quarantine on my birthday, and just hung out that night. Went and got takeout. Just hung out, laid low. That's all we could do, really.
That's all you should do. What's the go-to takeout for a 23-year-old?
So it all depends on what. So,
Wait, well, what did you have?
So that night we got Mexican. I love Mexican food.
What's your go-to at a Mexican restaurant?
So here in town we have like what the type of food is?
Yeah.
So here in town we have a place called El Charro, and they have the best chimichanga I've ever had in my life.
What's the difference between a chimichanga, an enchilada, and a burrito?
I don't know. I think the chimichanga I think the chimichanga is just deep fried.
Yeah, I think if anyone's listening and they know the answer, it's ideally from Mexican heritage,
Yeah,
because I want to get the truth, let us know. But I feel like a burrito is wrapped and naked.
yeah,
An enchilada is a burrito wrapped with something on it.
yeah.
And then you're right. I think a chimichanga might be the same, but fried.
Yeah, it's deep fried, and then they cover it with queso, and it's like rice and beans, and it's so.
Well, I don't know that you like chimichangas because quesos make anything better. So I think you
I've
might
never,
just like cheese.
I mean, that's true. It could come plain though, and I would love it. It's so good.
And it's funny though, one of my all-time favorite restaurants, if you were like, hey, where would you want to go eat? To be quite honest, I'd have to Google the name, but it's in Texas and it's a Mexican restaurant. And I'm not like the biggest Mexican restaurant fan. I love a good burrito, but
Yeah,
their tortillas are so good
it's
that
probably because they're made fresh.
they're I forget. We always go there when I work a seminar, and really there's a few of them. So basically anywhere, but I'll look it up. But that's my favorite place. So I'm off topic now. We oh, what I did want to ask you before I ask the question is, you're back to coaching. Are you guys wearing masks?
We are not. No.
So it's just basically, are there any restrictions right now?
So, to my knowledge, in Georgia, there's a restriction. You can have like a restriction per square footage. It's like I think it's like 100 or 200 square feet per person, or
It's not
something like
that
that.
big, yeah.
No, it's not. But at our gym in Cartersville, ATG, we have. I can't remember. I don't know the square footage exactly, but to keep it short, we can hold about 15 people comfortably with good distance. I
So
mean,
nowadays.
yeah, I mean, even before that, even before we could hold 15 people in a class with a good distance comfortably. Now it definitely came in handy with the spot that we're in. How big it is. It's obviously very handy right now with the coronavirus being such a big issue and everything. But no, we're not having to wear masks. We're just just like every other gym that's opened up so far. For sure in Georgia, I don't know any other states that have yet. As far to my knowledge, I don't know of any other states, but I think Virginia did. I saw CrossFit Krypton, Ben Smith's gym. I saw they opened up, and they got classes rolling.
I think today, we're recording this on May 15th, so I think today is the day Fern was saying, who's also in Virginia, when they can open. What's the reaction been like from the members, and then also from you? Or are people just, hey, business as usual, or are they being weird with each other?
It's it kind of varies. Overall, I would say business as usual. Everybody was excited. We still have a handful of members that are still quarantining themselves just because they might have newborn babies. They have stuff going on at their houses, and so we're not forcing them to come or to stay away. We just said, guys, as you walk in, please wash your hands. Or we actually set up one of our gym owners built a sink outside. Right outside the gym, so that way as you're walking in you can wash your hands. But they put a sink outside to wash your hands as you're walking in, or just use hand sanitizer. Clean before, clean. We're finishing up classes anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes before, as good as we can, obviously. And then spending that time to clean up every piece of equipment that we touch. So if we're using a pull-up bar. We use boxes today in our workout with barbells, and so clean the barbells, clean the bumpers, the whole nine. So.
And then, as far as there's been no instances of someone having COVID-19?
Not to my knowledge. No, not to my knowledge. Member wise, we just say, guys, in the post on Facebook, quit this puppy. I'm telling you.
What kind of dog is that?
It's a golden doodle.
That's what we have.
Yeah.
We have the energy is not going to go away.
Oh my gosh. Not even close.
I would say, first of all, who's out. I just came back before this call, walking her. My wife just took her out. And unless we get above about 10 miles a day, she's well behaved, but I can tell when she has that energy. And it doesn't matter what time of day or how much she's done. You pull that leash out, she's excited to go.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, though, it's been great for me. I've never walked this much. I've walked to the point that I've feel like I've injured one of my feet. I've actually rested a little bit this week, but I've been averaging like 6 miles a day during this quarantine,
That's
and it's
awesome.
only because of her.
Yeah,
would always walk the dogs, but not to this extent.
that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, other than people that are quarantining themselves just for their own safety, or they feel like their own safety, it's back to business as usual. Just trying to clean up a little bit more than what we normally would, and trying to be smart. If you don't feel good or you feel sick, don't come. Um,
The usual.
yeah,
So, the reason I was asking about your age is, as someone that found CrossFit at a very young age yourself, you mentioned, you really found it during high school, and you had some off and on periods, as I assume most high schoolers do. And being only 23 now, over the years, CrossFit has morphed itself from, hey, at first this is just a great, actually at first I would say it was like, hey, this is for Navy SEALs
mm-hmm.
and fighters and
Yeah,
badass athletes. All right, no, anybody can do this. Wait, no, this is for competitive athletes.
mm-hmm.
And now I think we've finally seen the pendulum swing back in the other direction of like, this is for everybody. And especially during this period of time where a lot of people are isolating themselves, realizing, hey, that 10, 20, 30-minute workout a day is more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
As someone your age, what's your mentality about that? Because you probably have the ability, being so young, to hit some volume if you
Yeah.
chose to. So, knowing that, hey, this is something I want to do forever, where's that line drawn for you as someone that's young enough to do more, but smart enough to say, I want to do this for the next 50 years?
So to answer that, I'm gonna have to go on a little bit of a backstory really quick, just so I've done both. I've done the whole workout a few times a day, every day. That's what everybody does. That's what Rich Froning did, Matt Fraser. Every games athlete ever. That's what they do. So when I first started doing CrossFit, it was really just about on a daily basis before 2016. It was in my friend Rodney. It was in my friend Rodney's barn gym at his house. So he just said, we had some mutual friends and they invited me to come over and work out. It's funny. Every time you ask somebody what the first workout is, it's normally Fran. Mine was just some team partner workout with like cleans and pull-ups and like running, a bunch of stuff. I didn't know how to do any of it. I'd never power cleaned before. Workout was at 135. I did it. Didn't know what a clean was. I basically just did a muscle clean with like a shrug and drop at the top. It was awful, but
With 135?
yeah.
It's pretty solid for a first
Uh,
day.
yeah, but I mean, I'm a bigger guy, so I just figured. I was like, man, I've never power cleaned before. They were like, you're big enough, you're fine. I was like, okay,
Here
uh,
you go.
okay. So I did it, and I had no idea what I was doing. Well, then, so started doing CrossFit there. Didn't really was just moving however I wanted to, basically, and it wasn't good by any means. Finally got to join a gym, and in that time period of not moving well, I was working out a few times a day because, like I said, that's what everybody did. And I was still working out at a Globo gym at the time too. So all I really knew how to do was like bench, kind of knew how to squat, kind of didn't really know how to deadlift, and that was about it. Made it work, went through some workouts, whatever. Didn't really get very, very good or fit or anything, just because I moved bad and I was overtraining. Squatted poorly, so my knees hurt all the time. Fast forward a little bit, joined ATG, still moved bad. Very, out of shape, overweight. So that didn't help either. Clean up my diet,
How
lost weight.
heavy were you?
About 245, 240, 245. And that's really unhealthy. So I'm about 5'10", rough 5'9", 5'10". And that was
So
maybe,
good 30 to 40 to 50 pounds overweight.
yeah, for sure. And, felt bad, moved bad, looked bad, really the whole, everything. Lost about 20 to 30, 20 to 25, maybe 30 pounds, started moving better. And that was when I started feeling better, really. Mostly because of the nutrition and losing weight, but really because I was moving better. I was catching a clean or a squat clean, and I was catching on my heels and sending my hips back in a squat and doing everything that you're supposed to do. So then I went from training 3 times a day and moving bad and all that to just doing the class, maybe a little bit more after like muscle up progressions. and stuff like that. And then, got way better competitively. Obviously, I like to do local comps, but from seeing both sides, I think, overall, I mean, what they say in the level 1 is spot on. You only realistically, you only need to eat well, like have decent to good nutrition and train once a day, hit a good class, and I think that's going to take your fitness through the roof. Now, do I like to do a little bit more? Yes, because I think it's fun. But I mean, if I'm broken, if all these things are hurting, I'm not going to force myself to, do whatever before or after the class. I'm just going to hit the class and I'm going to mobilize a little bit more and then just, fix myself up and just kind of play it by ear. But I think at the end of the day, I only need to train one time a day, hit the class. It's more fun, get some good intensity, and just try and eat as good as I can. And I know that I'm confident I'll be living until my 90s.
So, even someone now at that young age, you've realized this and you're smart about it. But what would be your advice for someone your age? I mean, you're going to have that impact on them. You're going to have the 20-year-olds coming into the box, or family and friends that live, further away from you, that look up to you as their CrossFit role model. It's easy. You've made that connection and you're educated and you're smart about this and you've taken your level 1. But for a lot of people, it's going to be like, no, this is good. More is better.
Yeah.
So what's your way of educating them?
I guess my way of educating them would kind of be putting them in my shoes. If you're going from not doing CrossFit or just starting it to jumping into 3 sessions a day, strength, like maybe another strength plus a Metcon and then maybe another conditioning piece or something. I just try and put them in my shoes and just let them know, like, I wasn't ready for that much volume and I was broken for it. And I'm still paying to this day. Like I'm feeling much better than when I was 4 years ago for a multitude of reasons. But one of the things was I dropped the volume. To me, at least, I think one of the big reasons why I'm feeling better is because I'm not doing as much volume and I'm better than I was then. So
I think that's for a lot of people where they need to see it. Like, it's like anything in life. Hey, just give me 30 days. If you don't feel better and you're not performing better, we'll talk again.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm pretty confident you're going to be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Me and my gym owner, we talk all the time about how just the class is enough. And, if I want to do more because I like it and I have fun, I'll do it. But again, I'm smart. I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but I'm smart about it. Like, I'm not going to train 3 times a day, every day, I have no business doing that. I have zero business doing that. I'm not going to win the CrossFit Games. I'm not going to go to the CrossFit Games. I've accepted
Not
it.
with that attitude, you're not.
I know. Yeah, that's what everybody says. Not with that attitude. No, I'm realistic. I mean, I'm competitive in the class and I love to, compete with my friends and all that. But it's just, I don't like to lose, obviously, but I'm realistic. I'm here for, I'm here, there's that Drake song. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. No, I'm here for a long time.
Yeah. So, and a little good stuff along the way. So yeah. As someone at your level, be it, you're a level 1 trainer, you're invested in CrossFit, what comes next for you?
Just like I said just like I said in the message that I sent you guys, I'm just looking to continue to grow my knowledge. One of my gym owners just got their level 2 this past January. If not this past January, then last January. And he gave me the level 2 book and I read it every so often. And there's some gems in there. I mean, I love reading that thing. It's just, you can always learn so much, especially in the level 2, because it's from I could be wrong. I know you have I know you're on seminar staff. The level 2's kind of specifically for coaches, right?
Yeah, just to be clear, I'm a level 4 in case anybody was wondering or
okay, that's what curious. I thought. Yeah,
and Fern, and for reference, Fern's only a level 3. Just for reference. So I'm 33% better than he is.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the level 2, I would tell anyone, hey, if you're coaching, you're a coach, right? So if you're coaching CrossFit and that's 40 hours a week or 1 hour a week and you don't want to pursue your level 2, they should not let you coach CrossFit. That'd be my opinion. And then,
I agree.
that's a tough stance. Anybody that disagrees with me, we can argue about it. But, obviously there's other factors, financially, family,
Yeah.
time. But I'm saying if that's not on your radar, and more so for the people that are like, no, I'll just renew my level 1, then you shouldn't be a CrossFit coach. I would personally come to your box, take your diploma, your frame off the wall, break it over my knee, and
Yeah.
throw it at you and say, you no longer get to coach CrossFit. And I would say that about anything in life. If you care about something, but you're not trying to do what's next, what's going to make you better, stop doing it. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Going back to your,
but yeah, so, up next for me, I'd love to take the level 2 at some point this year. For me, my issue is just financially, it's hard for me to come up with another $1,000 right there. But my next step at some point, if not this year, then sometime next year, get the level 2. I'd like to take a couple more seminars. Or a couple more courses. I'd like to take CrossFit gymnastics or whatever the preferred course is. But I'd like to take the gymnastics course. I'm interested in weightlifting. I think I'd like to take the CrossFit weightlifting course. But I'd really like to take the gymnastics course because I just think, I don't know. I think the gymnastics I think I like the gymnastics portion more because I worked so hard on like gymnastics movements, and I'm not a small guy and I can move them pretty well. So I think for from an athlete standpoint, I think they envy a bigger person doing lighter person movements, and vice versa with weightlifting. They think it's incredible to see these smaller people lifting these insane weights than they would seeing a smaller person do like a body weight movements in CrossFit, if that makes sense.
No, totally get it. It's always fun to watch someone you don't think should excel at this
Exactly.
doing really well. And then, you can't go wrong with either of those courses. I've taken both of them multiple times and they're amazing. So hopefully once the world opens up a little more, we'll see more people hopping into those courses.
Yeah, I would love to, really. But the first one that I'd like to hit is the level 2. I'd really like to take the level 2 at some point this year. And I still have, I think, another 3 years on my level 1. I have another 3 years left. And I mean, I'd love to take the level 2 here somewhat soon.
I will tell you this, and I've spoken about this before. There's a direct correlation with a little bit of room for error, but there's a direct correlation between how fast someone comes back for their level 2 and how good they are. Because with the exception being, if you come back too fast, you're not going to be good.
Yeah.
But typically, if someone's back at their level 2 within 1 to 3 years, I know that they're a better coach and they care more because they're there because they choose to be. Where every weekend, 70 to 80% of the people are like, well, I needed to revalidate. And I'm like, you don't care about coaching. You're here because you need to revalidate.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference.
There is. I agree. I agree 100%. But so I've listened to Austin Malleolo talk about the level 2, him and Paul Trombley, actually. I know they're both on seminar staff. I'm sure you know them very well. And hearing them talk about it, they both rave about it. I mean, Paul Trombley said, he's like, honestly, I don't remember. He said it I was listening to a Froning and Friends podcast with him and Austin. And, he said, he's like, I don't really remember anything from my level 1. He's like, but I remember everything from my level 2.
Just because there's a lot more interaction. There's a lot more feedback.
And Austin broke it down to exactly like you said. He said the level 1's he called it a fire hydrant of information. It's a lot of information coming at you at once. And then if I'm saying this right, I could be completely wrong, but pretty much the level 2, they take that and they just dig deeper.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you'll do great. You're putting the time in, you're learning. How much feedback do you get at your box?
When I first started coaching by myself and got my own classes after I got my level 1, I asked for feedback all the time. Just about every time I coached, I would ask for feedback. I still do. I reach out to, not as much anymore. Just because I'm confident in my ability to coach. Now, I'm not saying that as in I can't get any better. I know I can get better, but I know what my ability to coach is, and I know it can still grow. But I'm still asking for feedback, but not as much, if that makes sense.
Totally. Totally get it. So, you've got your level 1, you're pursuing your level 2, some specialty courses, you're coaching, you've got your exercise routine worked out. It sounds like you're living the CrossFit dream.
Yeah, something like that.
Speaking of Austin Malleolo, one of his favorite expressions is like, you're right in that sweet spot of CrossFit where you're PRing every day. You're probably pushing it. You're getting to the point that you're not gonna PR your snatch, your clean, your max pull-ups every single day, but that's that
Yeah.
sweet spot. And now you're kind of moving into adolescence
Yep.
in CrossFit. So it sounds like you've got some great things. Do you have any ambition to open your own box one day?
Yeah, I do. I have a lot. That's actually a really big dream of mine. I would love to. I just could I right now maybe, but I need more time. I just need more time. I'm not gonna. I haven't seen as many. Like there's so many people that I know that coach, and they've just seen more people. Seen different athletes, seen different people with different lifestyles, and they've seen, people have seen more than me. And so, maybe in a few years I would, or maybe, I don't know, at some point I would love to, and I think I will. I think at least I need to see more athletes, different people with different, maybe, I don't want to use issues, but, different issues, and we can work around that.
It will never be the right time to open your own box.
That is true. People tell me that all the time.
So I would say, hey, start scouting, because also business real estate is never going to be cheaper than it's going to be in the next couple months. That
is true. That's a great point.
I see it. Neon lights, CrossFit Jam Up. There you go.
I'm writing that one down for sure.
All right, Fern and I will expect a commission fee. We will bill you for it after the episode.
Okay, all right. Well, can you give me like a 6 month time span to get some members first?
Yeah, we'll give you a little bit of time.
All right, I appreciate that.
CrossFit Jam Up or Jam Up CrossFit. I have to put a little thought into that. That might be
flows better.
I agree. I think we go with Jam Up CrossFit.
Since I just switched the letters, I think your commission rate goes down.
All right, we'll go to 49%. 49%.
That's better.
But it's always exciting to talk to someone, I think, that is truly invested, that finds CrossFit, that's really itching to do the right thing. So it's really been awesome talking to you. Anything else you wanted to
add? Not really. I mean, just, if you're a younger coach, from my experiences, I actually just helped one of our other coaches today. He was coaching one of our newer coaches. He was coaching the 8:30 class, and it was a bigger class. We had 2 new people, one athlete that's been coming to our gym for a while, that's coming off of, or that just messed up her back, so he had to worry about that. And then coaching everybody, don't be scared to ask for help. In a big class, if you're new, don't be scared. That was the first thing that I learned as a coach, because all of our coaches do the class. And so they see, if they see there's a 12, 13, 14 person class, ask for help. If you're trying to break it up into heats, ask, what time domains do you think heat 2 should go in, or whatever. Ask for help. Cause I knew it was a lot for him. We had a strength before the workout, and, he was working with one guy, and I walked up to him. I was like, hey, I'm with the class right now, but I'm going to watch this other person. And so you just stay with him. He said, all right, thank you. I appreciate that. Just, ask for help. You're never too good to ask for help.
I agree. I think that's great feedback, great advice. And again, for many of the things we discussed today, it really extends out beyond the doors of your CrossFit affiliate. I heard a long time ago, and something that resonated with me is, the smartest people in the world know when to say, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And,
absolutely.
Right after saying that, you should, be asking someone, whether it's a Google search or a coach that has more experience than you. So firmly agree with you. I think that to tie a bow on it, it's one of the qualities of a Jam Up human being, the ability to ask for help. So
yeah, absolutely. And so you learn so much too. I mean, having somebody give you the knowledge that from the mess ups or whatever that they had, it helps you grow so much as a person, as a coach. But just, just if you need help from it for a young person that's coaching, pay attention, ask for help, ask questions. When I was shadowing, when I was in the class, not shadowing, just working out, I would ask questions all the time.
Yeah.
So ask for help, ask for questions.
I love it, Brady. Well, it's been really great chatting with you. We look forward to big things in the future, whether it's taking your level 2, taking those specialty courses, or opening your own box. It's always exciting. It gets me fired up and re-fired up about CrossFit.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the time to chat. And
no, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I knew you took a risk on just a regular dude. You've had some pretty awesome people here. So it's an honor. It's an honor to be on the show.
Well, it's an honor to have you. Thanks again, Brady.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Best Hour of Their Day. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. How cool is that? There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, so it becomes super simple. Some of these episodes with Fern or Todd or myself chatting with one another, we've done right within the app itself. Anchor will make it easy to distribute your podcast to all platforms, Spotify, Apple, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make an awesome podcast in one place. All you have to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today.
Come on, who doesn't have Spotify at this point? And if you were unaware, Spotify now is offering podcasts. That's right. On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite artists, but also podcasts in one place for free. Spotify has a huge catalog of podcasts on every topic, including the one you're listening to right now, Best Hour of Their Day. On Spotify, you can follow your favorite podcasts so you never miss an episode. Premium users can even download episodes to listen to offline wherever you are, something I always do before I hop on a plane. And you can even easily share what you're listening to with your friends on Instagram and other social media platforms. Here's the deal. If you haven't done so already, be sure to download the Spotify app, search for Best Hour of Their Day on Spotify, or browse some other podcasts if you want. You can find them in your library tab. And also make sure to follow me so you never miss an episode of Best Hour of Their Day.
Thanks again for listening to Best Hour of Their Day. If you haven't already, do us a favor, head over to the Apple Podcast app and leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback for either Fern or myself, hit us up, besthouroftheirday@gmail.com, or send us a DM over on Instagram at Best Hour of Their Day. Once again, we couldn't do this without the amazing community, and you are a part of it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting Best Hour of Their Day.